Alright, let's make some Bondo up and spread it out on this Nova. So I think we got one more spread on this thing. Have to go back and get a couple of the spots. It seems to have some rust underneath the epoxy primer or whatever they use. We have to strip the whole car to fix that. We don't want to do that, so just gonna hope for the best. Should last for a year or two. Anyway, let me show you what we got. Stick there. Get this up. I'll walk over there and show you the car. Not a whole lot I can do with it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it before. I see it a lot here in Florida. I don't know. You guys try to like leave steps out, you know, get top dollar. It's all rust, you know, all these little spots. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's all over, you know. Anywhere you break through the epoxy, there's rust. I don't know what's going on here. I think there's some sort of spot welding going on here. I don't know if that's a crack or if that's I don't know. Gonna try to spread this one more time, straighten this line out. It goes dump da dump 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 like it's like speed bumps. So got this pretty decent. Got a little bit up here. I'm gonna try to encapsulate all that repair where there's no nothing showing but the dough. Fix this one over here. That's looking all right now. Got this looking good. This thing's got some sort of yellow cheap Bondo, but everywhere, of course, that you go through, there's rust. So the whole car's like that. So that's why I like to etch. I don't really care for epoxy primer. It doesn't stop rust. Some of it says it does, but I see this a lot. This is DP90 PPG black epoxy. That's what this particular shop uses. But you know, can't blame it all on the product. I see a lot of this yellow or pale color Bondo. That's just cheap Bondo, the $9 stuff. And I don't know, maybe went over it with glaze or whatever, trying to seal it down, but that stuff's trouble with base coat, clear coat. So, and this is pretty bad here, pretty shaky. You know, spot welding it like that instead of one bead. I don't feel anything on the backside. I think what they did was they went and welded some holes up or something. I don't know. I'm running my hand back here and I'm not getting cut up by anything. So I think it was basically just maybe some rust repair. I didn't even put a quarter panel on there or anything. Whatever. Sure, the guy got Mondo dollars to do it, so that's how it works. You paid all the money and then it comes here to get straightened out. So anyway, they wanted to do a little bit of body work on this because it was a little rough. So we about got it now. Throw some primer on this and get it painted and out of here by the end of the week. It's going to be grabber blue. No metallic or anything, so it shouldn't be too bad. And being that it's a solid color, it should cover a little of the scent. The problem is the rust. You know, under the primer like that, I don't think they really understand what they're in for. Doesn't matter who paints this one, it's going to fail because it's rusting under there already, you know. Everywhere you get into it, it's got rust. So we'll straighten the bodywork out, throw some primer on it, and let it fly. That's what they want. The rest of this car is pretty nice. I was looking underneath it. They put new floor pans in it. Got a small block with some nice ceramic coated headers. They got an engine kit for it or something, you know. Dress up kit. Who knows? Anyway, out of gloves. So let me try to make a mess here. Alrighty. Anyway, there we go. One more type weight on that. We'll let that kick off and hit these spots again, block them down, and try to make something out of nothing here. So, a little Bondo in that crack, why not? But anyway, sort of rough, you know. I keep finding spots in the jams and stuff too. It's really rough in the door jams. I got to paint all that. So, and then my door gaps are awful. I don't think I can do a whole lot with the door gaps. Ask me to straighten the door gaps up, but it's wide here, thin here, wide there. That definitely looks like a quarter panel or a door skin. And the gap looks good in the front here. So this is what we're playing with. We'll get this in primer, and then I'll get Hans to help me take some of these pieces off of here, and we'll start knocking this thing out. So I don't know if I told you guys I put a cylinder head temperature gauge in my car. That worked out pretty good. Drove up to Jacksonville over the weekend, up the coast, me and Andrea. And the hottest the head temperature got was about 220 degrees. So it was pretty hot. We drove some interstate on 95, and then we drove up the coast also. So it was some city driving and some highway driving. So this motor seems to be real happy as far as the temperature. Never saw the dipstick light. Gonna put the actual temperature gauge for the oil in there, but cylinder head temperature on this particular car runs right around 220, 200. So for you guys that are keeping track of what gauges we're putting on. So the next gauge we'll install will be the, well, we're gonna do two. We'll put the oil pressure gauge back there, the sending unit in the block. And the other thing we're gonna put on will be the oil temperature gauge. So Alright. Just give you a little Nova update there. It's an interesting color. I think one of the guys in the garage had a Nova that color. Green. So looks like it's got a tiny radiator. Doesn't even fill the hole up. That's gonna run hot. Let's see where it's doesn't fit the core support very well. Mine's a big block. The radiator touches each frame rail. It's a 4-row, pretty big one. This is a sort of a ratty looking motor. Nice headers though. So I'm assuming maybe it's got valve covers and stuff and they're just not on here. I don't know. But anyway, we get to tape all this up and try to paint all in here. They got all the fender wells painted black and some of this just isn't sanded very well. So this will be fun. There's the master cylinder that I need right there. So look at that. No spacer, no fuss, no muss. Manual brakes. So that's what I want. I don't know if this is a... Yeah, it is disc brakes in the front. Disc brakes with a manual booster. There you go. That's what I need. For show. It does have a power steering box, which I can't use with a big block. So, but there's the proportion valve tucked in all nice, and looks like that master cylinder bolts right up to the firewall there. I know Stone Furball had a parts car that had a manual booster and linkage. I was going to try to buy that from him, but I never ended up getting with him. Alright guys, I got a serpentine belt too, and looks like still got the battery up front. That's rare. Alright, let me go ahead and shut this off, keep it short. We'll splice some together and try to make a video.